Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Cruz here to tell you guys all about exponents. It says exponents and square roots. They kind of both mean the same thing, but we're really just going to focus on exponents in this video. All right. But pretty much all exponents is multiplication. Even if you don't think you know anything about them, trust me, you have seen them before. You just didn't know what they were called, but you probably seen them very, very often. So let's get into it. So here's what we got. Let me turn my pen on here. So this big number that we see is called our base, right? You've seen this before where you have the big number and then the little number next to it. So the big number is called the base, and then the little number is called the exponent. And here's really all that means. The exponent tells us how many times we are multiplying the base number with itself, all right? Again, this is just multiplication, but don't get it twisted. We're not multiplying the two numbers that you see, right? You're not multiplying 4 times 2, right? Because that would be 8, but that's not what exponents are. Exponent tells me I am multiplying 4 with itself 2 times, all right? So it's going to look something like this, all right? Here I have my exponent, 4 to the second power, or you could say 4 squared. And then in reality, what 4 squared or what 4 to the second power is saying, or what it's telling me to do, is to multiply 4 times itself 2 times, right? Just take 2 4s in between them. I'm going to slap a multiplication sign and we're going to get it. And then what's that going to equal? It's going to equal 16, right? So it's really all just multiplication, and you're multiplying the same numbers over and over again. All right, let's take a look at this because what it's called is also important, right? So here in the first part, we see it in exponent form, or sometimes it's called exponential form. That's how we see it there. Here we see it in expanded form, where I'm literally writing out however many times it's telling me to multiply it, right? So this is kind of like, this right here is like what I would put in my calculator. Even if I don't know how to use, like, how to type in an exponent in a calculator on Desmos or anything, you can still type this part into a calculator, right? Y'all know this part. And then the answer that pops up, that is called the standard form. So again, we got exponent form, expanded form, standard form. That's going to come into play like later on with other stuff. But for now, just know that that's what that's called, because you're going to hear it later on. All right, so let's go ahead and try to do some examples here. So here I've got my exponent, and I would say this as 6 squared, or I would say it as 6 to the second power. In expanded form, what do you think it would be? No, I'm saying, like, you tell me, what do you think it would be? Exactly. See, I knew you were big brain for a reason. All right, so I'm going to write here 6 times 6, because that's all I'm doing. I'm multiplying 6 by itself. And what is 6 times 6? It's not 12. All right, it's not 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, but we're multiplying. 6 times 6 is 36. Gang. All right, let's try another one. All right, 12 to the second power, or in expanded form, 12 times 12. And what would my answer be there? Well, 12 times 12, I remember this from like 3rd grade math, right, is 144. Man, sometimes I wonder if, like, the stuff I teach you guys is too easy, right? This is easy. All right. Exponent form again, we have 15 squared. Ooh, see, now we're getting into those numbers that y'all don't even know. Still doesn't matter. An expanded form is going to be 15 times 15. And what's that going to look like in standard form? Lucky for you, I'm going to give you guys have a cheat sheet. If I haven't given it to you already, ask me for it and I might hook you up with it. But in the cheat sheet, it gives you all of the squares, perfect squares, all the way up to 20. So 15 times 15 is 225. Boom. Let's get it. All right, let's try this one. Ooh, see, now it's getting a little hard. Now it's getting a little difficult. All right, 20 squared, 20 to the second power, is 20 times 20. Y'all know this part already. And what's that going to equal? 400. Because you put that in a calculator and that's what you end up with. All right. Or if you multiply it out, that's what you're going to end up with. Light work. All right, let's try something a little bit harder. All right. I have 2 to the 4th power. Remember, this does not mean that I'm multiplying 2 times 4. But 2 to the 4th power in expanded form is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? And what's this going to be in standard form? So if I put all of this into a calculator, what do I end up with? If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 16. Let me see if I got that right. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is going to be 16. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. See, this is why I'm like the best teacher for you guys, because like I know this stuff. All right. Next up, 5 cubed, or I could say 5 to the third power, but sometimes we'll say 5 cubed. So 5 in expanded form is going to be 5 times 5 times 5. Expanded kind of means like, you stretch it out. And then in standard form, let me see what that would be. So 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is going to be 125. It's almost like I didn't rehearse this stuff beforehand. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's really all we got. Exponents and what they mean. So when you guys see exponents, this is what you're going to be working out. This is how you're fleshing those things out so that y'all can get the right answers on these worksheets and on these assignments. You know what I mean? All right. I'll holler at you guys next time. Peace out and good luck on